two fights before he became champion were critical fights. Sonny Banks and Doug Jones. And you can make the case, which I don't personally subscribe to, but you could arguably make the case that both fights, the losers were jobbed. And with those two fights were two major fights in him getting to fight Liston for the title.
But the Louisville Lip, as Clay is now called, has trouble with Jones from the opening bell. The 19,000 fans jammed into Madison Square Garden sense a big upset. Round 4 was his revised prediction, but Clay seems unable to find his rhythm.
Continues to come forward. There's some of that movement to the left by Clay, but Jones is not buying it. Seems to have an answer.
When the 4th round ends without a knockout, the crowd turns against him.
Heads the trot around. Right hand by Clay. Another right. He's trying to close it presently, but Jones is standing right there and countering. Backing up Clay against the ropes again. This has been a struggle for Clay. Jones continuing to stalk him. And Clay ties him up again.
The fight is too close to call. At ringside, there is much speculation that Clay has lost. But both judges score at 5-4-1 Clay, and the referee makes it a unanimous decision. Still undefeated, Clay is gearing up for his title shot.
Following a Florida evening spent watching Cassius Clay score a narrow victory over Doug Jones, heavyweight champion Sonny Liston resumes training at Miami Beach for his return bout with Floyd Patterson. After viewing that New York fight, Liston said that should he meet up with Clay, he's likely to be locked up for murder. Meanwhile, at Tropical Park in Miami, modest Floyd Patterson, the only fighter ever to regain the heavyweight title, tends to his training, abstaining from the battle of words that's erupted between the champion and contender Clay. Conditioning to do for the second time what no one has ever done even once. Floyd pursues time-honored boxing training exercises to perfect his footwork and his punching powers. He's confident that after his second meeting with Liston, he'll again affix the big title after his name.
You rank yourself number 3, and above you, you rank Liston and Patterson. Which would you rather fight and why?
Well, to tell you the truth, I would fight Floyd Patterson because Sonny Liston is a much rougher fighter than Patterson. He's a much harder hitter than Patterson. And Sonny Liston, I watched him here in the gym a few months ago when he was here to fight Howard King. And he can hit a guy in the elbows and just about break his arm. But Patterson, he's a good fighter, but I believe in a way he's overrated. Because in a way I believe he's overrated. But if I had to fight either one of them, I would fight Sonny Liston. Patterson.
Undiscouraged by his close decision over Jones, loquacious Cassius Marcellus Clay keeps in shape to meet the winner of the tussle at Miami. At Bobby Gleason's Bronx, New York gymnasium, Cassius Marcellus spars with his brother, Rudolph Valentino Clay.
Right, so he beats Doug Jones. And it's a nice win because it's the best fighter that's on his list. But he's a light heavyweight, and a blown-up light heavyweight at that. So Ali really has not beaten anyone, although everybody's now beginning to see some kind of talent. but he needs a little bit more in the way of credentials in order to fight Liston. Plus, Liston's got a rematch date with Patterson, so they take Ali to England. They take him to fight a journeyman heavyweight by the name of Henry Cooper.
What's all that noise, guys? We just taking it easy before we Henry Cooper annihilation. Listen, now, you got a new Cadillac here and a record player in a Cadillac. You're living like the champion. You're not the champion yet.
Well, I'm really the uncrowned champion.
Cassius, you got to fight this boy Cooper. You've been playing around for a long time, sporting it, as you
Yes,
say.
I'm not training too hard for this bum. Henry Cooper's nothing to me. If this bum go over 5 rounds, I won't return to the United States for 30 days. That's final.
Okay, since you're not worried about this guy Cooper, how about when you get through with him? What are your plans after that?
Well, you're right. I'm not even worried about this big bum. Cooper will only be a warm-up until I get to that big, ugly bear, Sonny Liston. Right, bodyguard? Right.
Everybody loved Henry. The British loved Henry. The Americans who fought him loved him because Henry was very cooperative. He could fight. He looked good when he fought you. You had to be careful not to let him hit you with the left hand, which is where he had it, because he'd knock your head off. But if you were careful, you would look as though you had conquered you climbed a very formidable mountain, and you'd knock him out because the guy would bleed.
We're having all this hullabaloo. We got a big regal robe, we got a crown. So he said, well, the English have got a queen, we got a king. We got food. My God, we got food. The crowd was scary. I mean, they loved Henry Cooper.